Happy Sunday, happy August, happy got the tractor back. That is a lonely stretch of time when there's no tractor. Yeah, I had other stuff to do, but wasn't the same. But we got it back. I had some service done. The seals went bad right in here. This one was leaking a puddle, and the other one on the other side was just like a little moist. It was starting to leak. But these were covered under warranty, and while all that was going on, I had them do the 400-hour service. Yes, I could have saved money doing it myself. Yes, I have the skills and the ability to do it, but you know, it was just something convenient. There was like this coordination. They were the ones that came and picked the tractor up. I paid them to haul it. And you know, the 400-hour service, and you know, they kind of helped me out on the price with this for the 400 service. So it worked out great. The bottom line is it is done. And I got it back. I just put the ballast box back on, and I'm gonna first put on some forks. It's Sunday and it's later in the evening. I'm gonna put a basket of offcuts into my truck. So when I go home in the evening, I'll stack them in my woodshed. We've been dealing with some serious heat here in Ohio, and normally Sundays is my cleanup day. I'll empty all of the totes around the Japa and just clean up around there, but I haven't really been making that much wood. That last video I did was pretty much the first time I've made firewood, oh boy, since my trip to Germany. Just tells you where my priorities have been. Now, I have people that make firewood for me, and I have been trucking that down here. It's just easy for me with this heat. I bring it down in the morning, we stack it in the evening. So my supply's looking real good, but I'm just now getting ready to get back into it with production. So we're going to get one of these offcut baskets emptied, and then I have a number of logs that will be loading up onto the live deck. And doing that, there's a new, I guess, an attachment for the tractor. It was left behind during the International Firewood Expo, and I want you guys to see it. I think it's really cool. And then once we're done, I'm going to be putting the perfect split knife back into the 405. I was using the traditional knives with those skinnier logs, but now we're getting back into bigger logs, and man, that's where that perfect split system just goes to town. First try. A lot of you pointed out, and I know you're right, and I felt the same way, the reason we had these front seal problems was because we're carrying all this weight with a smaller tractor. I agree. The solution would be a bigger loader. There's just one problem with that solution, and I'll let you figure out what it is. Shouldn't be too hard knowing who you're dealing with here. This is it, guys. This is the Frostbite log grapple. I think this is the 29-inch. And this was left behind by Don from Firewood Automation in Merrill, Wisconsin. He was here for the International Firewood Expo. He is a hacky, pilky dealer, amongst other things. And he sells the Frostbite grapple. And I have the Titan Attachments grapple, which we would all admit is a lower end product, and the Frostbite is top shelf, I'm here to tell you. So I'm going to give it a shot today because I got some bigger logs that we're going to load, and we'll just see how it works, and then we'll compare it to the Titan. All right, here we go. I just want to show you a few things about the Frostbite. The first thing is my buttons work backwards from my old one, which I don't know if that's standard or not, but I think I could just take off the fittings, you know. So I'm a little backwards, but I am feeling the geometry. I can see this pretty good, and what I've noticed, this has, I mean, this grip is tight. It's really wrenched down on it. The Titan, it seems like it's all or nothing. Like when you hit the button, it, you know, flies open, and then when you hit the close, it really clamps down fast. But it's always jiggly. This one here, it's the ram is much more deliberate. The big difference too, I've noticed the fittings. These are better quality. Like the Titan has like banjo fittings from like your brake calipers, but this has the good 90 degrees on them. It's routed nice. It works nice. I don't know if I can explain this right, but you know how like when you drive a car that's like a cheap one and then a luxury car, they just feel different? Well, this one feels different. The Ram is just much more, it feels like you have more control with it. So far I'm digging it. These are sold in the United States by Firewood Automation. I'll put a link in the description and check them out. And now we're going to put the perfect split back in. This is the 6-way knife. I'll yank this out. And we'll set this off to the side. The perfect split, you got to put this pullback arm on, but it goes on this slide, which is back inside the machine. So I have to start the machine up and move the arm out and then turn the machine off so that this can get bolted on. And this is all because I'm getting good at this, guys. You also have to reprogram the computer because the RAM has to come out farther for the perfect split. If it comes out that far with the traditional knives, it'll blast into it and flatten them off. So I have to reconfigure the computer to allow the RAM to come out farther, and I'll do that while it's running to move out the RAM. The Japa is special. It's got a computer. It has to boot up before anything else can happen. Here it goes. All right, so now the computer's booted up. I'm going to change the computer. We're going to look at pusher out. It's set at 0, and we need to set it at -4, which allows the RAM to go out past the leading edge of the perfect split knife. So we're going to hit OK and close, and now I'm going to move the RAM out. So I'm going to run the RAM out. You'll see this arm come out with the 2 bolt holes, and I'll just stop it right here and we'll turn the machine on. This is one of the benefits of working at night. It's cooling off, but now we're running out of daylight, so I gotta hustle. If I was strong enough or young enough, I would probably lift this by hand, but I'm not. Because when you live to be our age, guys, you become smart. And if you have a tool at your disposal, you use it. So we are going to use this crane. But if you want a close-up, guys, this is the perfect split. This is the leading edge. So that's what the RAM has to come past in order to separate the wood off, and then it pulls it back. And these are the knives. The welds are still here. I see I got some abuse on the center one, which takes the most work. But they're still razor sharp. They feel really good. And this is the 4-way, so you got 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces. So let's get this put in. And then it goes, man. The crane is done. We'll put it away. We'll let the birds get back to roosting on it. And the big bolts go in. .24mm wrench. This is the part I was talking about. You can't over tighten these. You're just supposed to have it to where it's snug, but I got them too tight and it sucked these beams in, which made the channel too tight for my 8-way to slide into it. So we'll just pay attention to that, but I think we're good right now. It's just supposed to be in the center. Okay. And then we have to put on the pullback arm, and it slides in here behind, and your bolts go into it. And we are back in business, guys. I have already changed the chain. The chain's fresh, so I don't have to mess with that right now. But we are ready for firewood production in the morning. And I'm going to fire it up and let's test to make sure that we are hitting the perfect split with this green nylon, all right? Okay, so when it comes to numbers, guys, it's not -4, it's +4. So I gotta move the pusher up to number 4. Okay, and close. And now let's watch. There we go. I am the brains of this operation. And that's what we do on a Sunday evening. I'm now ready to go at the beginning of the week. We have deliveries. We're going to do production. We got to get some stacking done. And I am going to keep using the Frostbite grapple, guys. I kind of like it. It feels expensive. I like the way the ram works. And if you have never used a log grapple before, everything changes. You know, I used to load logs with forks before, and you know they were always tipping off, and then I was worried about them flipping back on you. These things, when you got them grabbed, you own that log, man. They work really good. So I want to thank Dawn with Firewood Automation for the Frostbite grapple and allowing all of us to check this out. And I will put the link to their website. If you're interested in something like this, give him a call. All right, guys, I hope everyone has a great day.